pre-trip inspection video, vehicle 762. We going over the basic components of the vehicle, as well as how to fill out your driver's log. The driver's log, we want to remember to fill out the date, the driver's name, the vehicle number, the trailer if you have one, start odometer, payroll start, what time you leave the yard, what time you return to the yard, and your job start location. We're going to start with some of the basic components of the vehicle, making sure that the doors open and close. Very good there. We're going to open up the hood here by releasing the latch.
It's on the left-hand side.
Come around to the front of the truck here and pull the hood open. Latch is on the top. You'll reach your hand inside, pull it up a little bit. You'll see this one's on prop rods. We're going to check out the most important part of the engine is going to be the oil, making sure we have enough oil in it. You're going to come over and find the yellow dipstick that's round. Pull out the dipstick, wipe off the excess oil. Reinsert to get a good read. Ideally with our oil, we want to make sure on the dipstick it's between the two dots. I'll show you that when he pulls it out. This dipstick here, you can see it's definitely low. So this one we will need to add oil. If you see this at the beginning of the day, that low on the stick, we're going to definitely add oil to this truck. In the event that you would need to add oil, place the dipstick. You're going to take off the oil cap. And on this oil cap, you can see that it's labeled for what type of oil you want on it. So that's SAE 5W20. You put your funnel in, put your oil inside, close the cap, and then recheck the dipstick. Moving over to the other side of the truck, we're going to find the battery. You're going to make sure the terminals are connected, nothing's loose, there's no corrosion on the top. Everything looks solid here. Pan right over to the windshield washer fluid. And on this one you can see from the outside, looks like it's got enough in the reservoir there, but you can always pop the cap open and look inside. Panning over the engine, we're checking to make sure there's no oil puddling or pooling, anything that looks out of the ordinary. Looks good here. Come on over to our engine coolant, and on the coolant you can see it's got a fill line for maximum and minimum. Come over to the brake fluid here, you can see it also has a maximum and a minimum fill line. If you would have an issue with adding brake fluid, whether weekly or every day, you have a serious issue with the brakes, you want to let somebody know, or we need to do a little bit more investigative work. We come over to this side, we also see this has power steering fluid with a minimum and a maximum fill line. We're going to come over here and take a look at the belts as well. Make sure there's no fraying or tattering or tearing on the belt. Belt appears to be in good shape here. We're going to go ahead and close the hood. Simply by pulling down. We're going to take a look inside. We're going to make sure that our seatbelt works first inside our vehicle. Jump in, pull our belt across until we hear the click. Very good. We're also going to check out our mirrors, make sure that we have our mirrors, nothing's missing, nothing's cracked. Mirrors on both sides are in good shape. Let's come around the front and check out the windshield. Windshield, we're looking for any cracks, any chips in the windshield that'll make it hard for us to see. This windshield appears to be good. Go ahead and fire it up. Take a look at the windshield wipers, make sure the windshield wipers work. The fluid. You've got fluid as well. Come around the inside, we're going to make sure the horn works. Give it a little toot. Horn is working. Take a look at the steering wheel, make sure it's not tight, make sure there's not too much play in it, make sure it matches up with the tires. It's moving the way we want it to. Very good there. Check out the defrosters on our truck, make sure the defrosters work. See them coming out of the vents on top. Very good. We'll put it on the middle vent, make sure it comes out the middle. Very good. We're going to check for a CB radio, make sure we've got a radio in our truck. All CBs should be turned to channel 2 so you can communicate with the other vehicles. Our parking brake is on the left side here. If you would need it, you would push it all the way down and then release it with the release on top. Next thing we're going to check out are going to be the lights. Let's check and make sure we've got working headlights. Headlights are good. Give me the high beams. High beams are good. Give me the four ways. Four ways are good. Give me the right turn signal. To the left. Very good. We'll walk around the back, make sure the back lights work. Give me the brake lights. Brake lights light up and are good. Give me the four ways. Good. Give me the driver signal. Give me the passenger signal. Reverse. Very good. We've got reverse lights. Go ahead and turn the beacons on, please. Got beacons on 2 in the back. Got a beacon on the top. You also see these marker lights on the top of our truck. Any marker lights that are installed must be working. So if you see any lights out, that is also a DOT violation. Let's check our aero board. We're on 4 corners. Go ahead and give me the next one. Go ahead and change to the next one. Very good. You can see it looks like we've got one light out on the end of our arrow. Good. Give me straight bar. It's important to check all your lights, make sure that they're all lit up so that traffic can see you in the back. You got a straight bar? You got a straight bar? Good. Very good. Okay, so we do see we do have the one light out on the other side. Let's show you how these lights operate and how you can turn them on. Come around to the inside of the truck to turn the beacon lights on. You're going to turn on auxiliary number 2. Flip those on, that gives you the aero board and the beacons. Sheldon, I'm going to come around to your side. To operate the aero board, you got a power switch here that you turn on. Oops. Aero board beacons number 2. This also has its own power switch. When you turn it on, you'll see that you have the window that tells you what you're in, so that's straight bar. Simply turn the knob. You get the 4 dots and the window shows you where you're at. Window shows you where you're at. Pretty simple. Next thing we're going to take a look at is our PPE. You can see that we've got our PPE inside. We've got our gloves, our high visibility vest, our safety glasses, as well as our hard hat. Let's take a look around the outside of the vehicle. We're always looking for excessive damage, any dents, any signs of damage on the truck. The side appears to be clean. We're going to take a look underneath the truck, make sure we don't have any oil leaking, anything pooling underneath. And take a look at our gas cap, make sure that our gas cap tightens all the way and locks. Very good. Let's check out the tires. We're going to give it a little pressure test here. Just kind of kick in, make sure it's holding the pressure. We're going to take a look inside. You can see that we have our lug nuts covered up here, so you need to take the cap off to get inside there. I'm not going to show you that on this video, but inside we can take a look at the rotors, kind of see what we've got inside, make sure there's no gouging, no excessive wear on our rotors. Brake pads you want to take a look at while you're inside here is another thing you can check. It's a little hard to see on the video, but we're looking inside to make sure there's nothing loose, nothing hanging on the inside. Checking out our leaf springs here, making sure there's nothing damaged or cracked inside there. It appears to be in good shape here. Continue with our walk around the truck, make sure there's no damage on it. Here I can see a little dent right here. Things you might want to note on your vehicle deficiencies just so you're not accused of doing it. Everything appears to be in good shape here. We've got a little rust, we've got a little damage along the bottom side here that you might want to point out. And the same thing back here on this side. Make sure your bumper is intact. This vehicle we have taken off the license plates. This is where your license plate should normally be. You're also going to check for your inspection sticker on your front window. Making sure that your car is registered and inspected. So going back to our list, we've covered the in-cab, the under the hood, the around the vehicle. We're going to take a look at our driver's items. Driver's license must remain on all drivers. You must have a proper license for your vehicle. Your medical card for anything over 10,001 gross vehicle weight. Our PPE we saw already. Toolbox is going to be required for the spray trucks only. 10 hours off duty is required for all drivers. Brakes adjusted or self-adjusting. Cell phone use is prohibited. Seatbelts must be used. You must stop at all DOT checkpoints. Gross vehicle weight. Inside of the truck here, you can see that for this truck it is 10,000 pounds gross vehicle weight. Going over our checklist here, checking out our vehicle height. Typically listed on the radio here, I can see that we do not have a vehicle height listed for this truck, so this is when we're going to have to measure and put a label on. Once you've completed all this, you'll fill out any deficiencies that you found on the truck, whether your vehicle is satisfactory, and your signature in blue or black ink. At the end of the day, we're going to put our end time, our total time worked, our end odometer, another place for our deficiencies if we found any. On this one we found the light being out, we found the height was missing. Whether or not our vehicle is satisfactory, we print our name and then sign in blue or black ink. That completes the vehicle pre-trip for vehicle 762.